Happy Thursday, everyone. As we wind down going into the weekend, just want to encourage you to keep going. You're doing an awesome job. Life is truly, truly hard, but you have the victory. We have the victory. And I thought about this some time ago that the way I look at it as the way it is, but we already have the victory. Satan has already been defeated. So I look at it as, in my mind, let me just remind you, Satan, because you think that I forgot. You try to work with my mind to try to trick me into thinking that God is not real. God is not going to answer my prayers. So he try to make things happen in your life to try to make that feel real, seem real, look real, because we're living in a physical world. So he tried to get us with the physicality of things. But we have to have the mindset of having to just remind Satan, you had a long fall. It was a long fall from heaven. I give you that. So let me remind you that you've already lost. So you have no business here. I will not allow you to try to set me back with my breakthrough, with my blessing. So go ahead on by your business, Satan. And we need to be having that attitude with him. He tried to come in all type of disruptions, job, family members, kids. He tried to just throw it in there. He ain't gonna never stop. So we just need to keep that in mind. And when we come across his little tactics that he try to just throw at us, that hey, this is not gonna work. This is not going to work. And just keep the victory mindset. Keep our praise and worship music on and just keep going. Put a smile on our face and keep going, because truly we have already won. But we have an enemy out there that is never stopping. He won't ever stop. So we are always supposed to be on the lookout for that. And the scripture that I am bringing today is from 2 Corinthians 2:11. And it says, "Least Satan should take advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." So Paul was already warning that, hey, he gonna come. He's gonna be there. I mean, this is his world. We are in the world of Satan. But we, as believers of God, kingdom children, we're supposed to always live out of the spiritual world first. Everything that happens here on earth, we're supposed to be pulling from our home, which is heaven. We're supposed to be pulling from the spiritual world first, because everything that happens with us is spiritual. We're supposed to always be looking for things that is telling us something, or we're supposed to always be led by the Holy Spirit, because that is our helper here on earth. So there are things that we need to be just waking up in our mind with, like cultural. It's a way of living. We're supposed to be, kingdom living is supposed to be just a cultural for us. The way we think, the way we move, the way we eat, the way we just take in breaths of air. Everything is supposed to be muscle memory with living out of the kingdom. So this reading was my reading for today, along with also Ephesians 6:11. And let me just go over here and pull it up. Ephesians 6:11. So yeah, Satan never stops, but we have to always stay in the mindset of, like, let me remind you, Satan, your schemes and tactics is not going to work over here, because the victory is already mine. So he just tries to play in our mind. He tries to play through family members. He tries to play with our jobs, but we can't back down. We can't back down. We have to stand firm. We have to mean what we say and say what we mean. Stand on business with him. We have to, because he won't stop. And he knows when you're serious. He knows when you're just speaking it with your mouth, but your heart is not there. He knows that. So you have to really, and that's the part about resisting him and he will flee. Now he gonna constantly try to come, but when you stand on business with him, he won't come as often. So it'll take him a minute to go back and regroup, because he knows that binding that you did, you meant it, because you know who you are. You know where you come from. But he'll try to go and regroup and try to come up with a different scheme to come back. So we have to really apply the word, truly apply the word with our daily living. So Ephesians 6:11 reads, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." We have to put on that armor. We have to, because this stuff gets real. Now, and I also want to add Romans 12:2 about, let me go here and read it, because Romans 12:2, you have to apply Romans 12:2 before you apply 2 Corinthians 2:11 and Ephesians 6:11. Let me just go here and pull it up really fast, because Romans 12:2 is very, very important. It's a must. It's a must. It is a must that we apply Romans 12:2. Okay, so Romans 12:2 says, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." See, Romans 12:2 puts us in that mindset. Romans 12:2 put us in that cultural. Romans 12:2 put us in that way of living, of pulling from our home land, which is heaven. Romans 12:2 put us in that spiritual mindset, where we're not thinking out of this physical world. We're thinking from the spiritual world where we come from. We need to be in this wholeheartedly, full throttle in this. Because if you don't apply the transforming of your mind, and you're trying to come over here to 2 Corinthians 2:11 and Ephesians 6:11, putting on the whole armor of God, and you're trying to, resist the devil and he would flee, but your mindset is still the same, that it's not going to work. It's not. Satan is going to be playing with you for a long time. He's going to be playing with you. So we have to transform our mind. We have to renew our mind. We have to, and means to go back. So renewing means to go back to how this was supposed to be. Go back to Genesis, of how when God created us in his image, we have to go back to that longing that's in us. And that's that. Renew your mind. Go back to how God built us to be in his character, his image. Born again. We have to go back to just start over with the transforming of our mind. And when you grasp that, when you live out of that spiritual kingdom mindset, I'm telling you, it's a transforming of a mind that you won't regret, and that all of us need. All of us, every one of us, come from God. We're supposed to be living out of kingdom principles, kingdom keys, kingdom. We're supposed to be thinking kingdom, God, kingdom, citizenship. So it's definitely something that is mandatory, but very few people are going to really take that serious. So that was my reading and studying for today that I did with 2 Corinthians and Ephesians. And I thought just now, like, well, Romans 12:2 is needed first before anything. So we have to relearn a lot of things. We have to get back to who we were created to be. We're always supposed to be in the presence of God. We're supposed to always be in the presence of God. We need the presence of God, because when Satan comes, and he's going to come, he never stops. He may give you a break, but maybe not, especially when it's close to your breakthrough. Breakthroughs, he come in full throttle. Breakthroughs is his chance to try to break you down. He gonna, when he senses that glory that's near you, he gonna come. He gonna put on his party hat. He gonna get his tap dancing shoes, skates. He coming, having a party. He about to come and just party. So we need the transforming of our mind to take place first. So it's just in us. We know what to do. We know the tactics he's coming with. We can sense it. We can discern it. We know. But we won't break. We won't let go, because we it's in us. It's there. So, but keep going. Everything is truly going to be okay. Stay in your word. Stay in praise and worship. Okay? Because this is not the end. It's not the end of you, and it won't be. This is not your story. This is not where you're going to be at. How we look at our situations makes a huge difference. It determines a whole lot. It determines everything, how we look at it. So whatever you're dealing with now, the victory has already been won for that situation that you're dealing with. But Satan knows that. So, but he knows that you're going to get, confused. You're going to come, if he comes at you sideways, he knows that, oh, you was just praying and praising God for your breakthrough. But he knows that the moment he comes with a shocking situation that you got to deal with, that you may get side blinded and shocked and you just going hysterical. He knows that. He try to play these little games, these sharp turns he try to throw at you. But the victory has already, it's everything is done that's to do. So you have to just keep that in mind, that when he comes with the little, ends and odds of disrespect to try to make you flip out, stay cool. Stay cool. When you got to let somebody know, let them know, but keep your cool. Keep a smile. All right? Just keep going, because it's already ours. The victory is already ours. So we have to just stay on our P's and Q's with a smile, with the victory mindset, and just keep going. Keep praising God. Keep believing. Keep having the faith. Keep having the hope. We have to keep going. So you're doing an amazing job, because as long as you want it, as long as you're willing, that's all it takes. It's just a willing mindset. You've already got the victory. You've already won. You've already won. It's everything is going to fall into place. You will see. You will see. And even though it don't feel like it, keep praising, keep worshiping. And that's my biggest thing. I love to worship. I love to praise. That's part of my prayer, is praise and worship. Because it's something about when you just ignore the sadness, the hurt, the pain, and you can still just go into hearing a song that's uplifting when you're not even feeling uplifted. It does something to me. I don't know. Everyone has their thing when they're, in the process of giving back to God, or just, praising God. But for me, it's just praise and worship. Because I know God is with me. I know it. I know it. So just keep going. Keep uplifting God's name. And before you know it, things will just fall into place. So that's all that I have for now. Stay encouraged, everyone, and just remember to keep God near, to keep God close. He's already close, but just you hold on to him and never let him go. Right?